Welcome back, guys, to another round of VGC ranked doubles battles. We're going to be climbing our way up to the Master Ball tier since this is a new month. And here we're going to be starting out with Sableye and Kingdra. And we're going to be going up against a Landorus and, what's it called? A Rotom Fire? Yeah. It's been a minute, so I'm just getting myself warmed up. They're going to go ahead and pull out the Landorus and then bring out a Tapu Fini. Kind of anticipated Landorus wasn't going to stay in, so I just said screw it. I was mainly going to sacrifice the Kingdra because I didn't really need it for this battle because most of my other Pokemon that I chose were going to be sufficient for this. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and use a Muddy Water after getting a weather-boosted Rain Dance from Sableye. And then after that, now we just see what their next move is going to be. Of course, Rillaboom. So since they went ahead and brought out Rillaboom, like I said, I just want to sacrifice the Kingdra after it does its job of doing a save switch. We're going to go ahead and quash I believe the Rillaboom just in case, and then have the Kingdra go ahead and go for a Hurricane. But yeah, we just mainly wanted to quash just in case it was going to Gigantamax, because I wanted Tapu Fini to knock out my Kingdra with a Moonblast. But oh, look at that. Rillaboom goes ahead and shields, so down goes Kingdra after it uses a Hurricane and gets protected, and then again gets a Moonblast to the face and faints. Sableye is going to go ahead and do support damage with Foul Play, but it wasn't enough, so now after that, now we can safely bring in Glastrier. In comes Glastrier. We're going to go ahead and use it to attack the Rillaboom. But yep. Come on, hurry up. Oh, they're like taking a moment to figure out what they're gonna do, but hey, gotta give them all the time in the world that they need. This is gonna be a semi-fun moment. But yeah, I go ahead and choose to Dynamax my Glastrier. Never get old. Never gets old. Glastrier is probably one of my favorite epic pseudo-legendaries, if that's the right term. But yeah. Sableye goes for the ally switch. They probably went for the knockoff to get rid of the weakness policy. Sableye is going to sacrifice itself, and then we're going to go ahead and use Max Hailstorm on the Rillaboom. We're still holding on to a weakness policy, so that's going to make their Landorus skeptical about wanting to attack. There we go. We get our Chilling Neigh boost plus 1 attack, and then Tapu Fini gets chip damage from the hail. And then now we can bring in what's it called? We can bring in Pincurchin. They get the Intimidate stat drop, and then after that we get an Electric Surge set up from the Pincurchin. And then of course now the next step is to just go ahead and recover, because I was anticipating them to attack, but then they kind of threw me for a loop here. Landorus had Fly, so I wasted an attack move on what's it called, on the Landorus, but thankfully we are extremely tanky right now against this Tapu Fini, so that Max Geyser didn't do a lot of damage. Okay, but now that we have but at least our Skull's going to do more damage. Landorus does a good chunk of damage. Tapu Fini goes for the Calm Mind, but I'm going to go ahead and go for the Rising Voltage on Tapu Fini shortly. But first we're going to use Max Hailstorm to go ahead and knock out this Landorus, and we get the Hail effect. So now their water damage is going to be negated, and then Pincurchin is going to go for the Rising Voltage. Boom, down goes Tapu Fini. What a beast! I can't believe no one really understands how powerful Pincurchin can be if you use it right. Anyway, now we're going to be going up against Athena, Niall Ego, and Whimsicott. It's going to be their lead. I'm going to be leading with my good old favorite lead, Glastrier and Sableye. But this one is pretty straightforward. I was anticipating that they were going to either use Moonblast on Sableye, but Sableye was going to live it. Either that or they set up Tailwind. So we're going to go ahead and quash the Niall Ego and then go for either a Max Quake, high horsepower, because I had a feeling that I would be able to knock it out regardless. High horsepower or not. Gotta love that 4X. I also had a feeling that we would knock it out nice and clean because the Niall Ego shouldn't have Focus Sash if they're leading with Whimsicott. And I was right. Goes down to a quash and a high horsepower. We get the Chilling Neigh, and then now we can go ahead and unleash our next attack on the Whimsicott, because why is it? Oh yeah, because it most likely has a Focus Sash. So I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax here because I want to do the Max Hailstorm, and then have the chip damage from the hail knock out the Whimsicott afterwards. And then obviously they're going to Dynamax their Lapras, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and Dynamax our Glastrier, like I mentioned. There we go. Alright, Sableye does the ally switch, and then Whimsicott goes for the Moonblast, knocks out the Sableye. Now we can bring in Morpeko nice and safe and go for the Psychic Fangs as soon as it comes in. But first we gotta get through this turn. They do the G-Max Resonance to get the shields up. There's the Max Hailstorm to knock out the Whimsicott. Again, right after the chip damage. There's the Focus Sash getting activated. And then, again, chip damage, down goes Whimsicott, in comes Morpeko. Let's see, with Morpeko, we kind of have options here. Yeah, you know what? With this one, there's a lot of foresight involved, but we're going to go ahead and go for a Max Knuckle, I believe. Yeah, Max Knuckle to get the attack boost on the Simian, and then Fake Out as well. So Morpeko gets a Fake Out in Passimian. We get a +1 on both Glastrier and Morpeko with the Max Knuckle. After they do their, what's it called, Max Geyser. But yeah, there's a +1 for both of us. And then we switch over to Hangry mode, but we can go ahead and go for a Max Quake for defensive purposes, and then go for a Psychic Fang, because we're mainly concerned about playing defense and protecting the Morpeko for when it switches over into Hangry mode Electric. We get the Aurora fail off. They go for the Max Geyser onto Glastrier, and they'll just go ahead and tank it like a boss. We get the Max Quake +1 special defense boost, so now we're even bulkier than we already are. Okay, Morpeko's in Hangry mode, and then after that we just go ahead and go for an Aura Wheel onto Lapras, and also a close combat, and then just hope for the best and see if they'll forfeit or not. There we go, took the Aura Wheel like a champ, and then that's a W. Alright, another win. Alright, so for our final battle for this segment, we're going to be going up against with the Battle of the Kens. It's just straight up Ken versus Ken B. And we're going to go with our good old Sableye and Glastrier lead. And then they're going to have Clefairy and Thundurus. I was expecting a Follow Me, but as you're about to see, Clefairy is going to go ahead and go for the Helping Hand shortly here. Let's see what I do. There's a Helping Hand. We go for an Ally Switch. And then we're going to go for, there we go, Max Lightning on the Sableye, knock out our Sableye. Glastrier is going to go ahead and go for a Heavy Slam onto the Clefairy. Just because, again, I was predicting Follow Me, so I thought I might as well just attack it. Even though I could have used Icicle Spear, but hey, hindsight's 20/20. Alright, so next up we pull out Glastrier to preserve it for later. We bring out Pincurchin just to soak the electric attack, and look at that. Ooh. That's painful to watch, but hey, we survive it. Alright, so now we're back into Hangry mode, and then after that, we're going to go for, I believe, Psychic Fangs to finish off the Clefairy, but Clefairy goes for the Protect. Thundurus goes for the Max Strike. Morpeko gets hit, but survives with the Focus Sash. We both get a speed drop, but doesn't really matter. Overall, Clefairy protects. Pincurchin recovers. We get our leftovers recovery as well, and then we're back over into normal mode. So now I'm going to go ahead and Parting Shot out, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't going to survive this. I just pretty much did Parting Shot because I need Morpeko to absorb this next attack. Alright, so Thundurus goes for the Sludge Bomb, knocks out Morpeko, and then Clefairy goes for a Moonblast. I thought, hey, that's great, we survived. Down goes Clefairy after getting the Hex on, and then we can bring out Glastrier next. But yeah, it's Glastrier. We still have to Dynamax, and then they haven't Dynamaxed yet. They bring out Venusaur. We have Electric Terrain up, so they can't use Sleep Powder. That's a tremendous advantage on our side. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and they're going to go ahead and pull out Torkoal. I don't know why they did that, but good on them. Oh, you know what? I think they were going to go for a Speed Boost, but at the same time, there was no point to it because Sleep Powder. Venusaur uses Sleep Power, but we were protected by Electric Terrain. Don't know why they did that. Again, seems to be a lot of things I think why in this battle. But yeah, we get the Chilling Neigh boost. We take out the Venusaur because we didn't want to risk getting any Sleep Powder on the next turn because this was the last turn for Electric Terrain. And then Pincurchin's going to recover just to stay healthy for the rest of the fight. And then we're going to Scald Torkoal, and then we're going to go for a Max Hailstorm on the Thundurus just to knock it out. As soon as they can figure out what to do. They go for Thunder. It misses. They go for Eruption, activate my weakness policy, and then I followed up with a Max Hailstorm onto the Thundurus. We get the Chilling Neigh boost, and then they follow up with a Scald, and then that's pretty much game. We use high horsepower and Scald, and then we seal the deal. But yeah, thanks again for watching, everybody. Please check out the affiliate links for any ways to support the channel. If you like this, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay informed. Take care and see you on the next set of battles.